everyone. I'm Jam,
And I'm Sam.
and this is our first ever pilot episode of our new podcast, which is actually called Jam and Sam. So, this podcast is going to be a lot of things. First thing, it's going to be very fun to listen to and interesting. And so we're also going to be doing, we have a schedule.
Yes.
So,
Our schedule is, we have a template for our schedule, and it kind of goes like this. We start with our intro, and then we do a review on a video game that we both have played, do a review on a movie that we both have played, and then we have one-timers. We've got two one-timers. On things, we talk about things that will just be done in this episode alone. We also have YouTube news, but we won't do that every time, only when, like, something crazy happens. Then we'll have a debate, and then we'll have our last words.
So let's just hop straight into this podcast. It'll be a fun time. So, first need to start off with our video game, which has taken the entire world by storm. Literally, it is Fortnite.
This game is a third-person battle royale.
Yeah, so we're just gonna talk about it. It's taken the world by storm. You've probably heard of it. It's very, 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 very popular. So, what's your opinion on it? How do you like it? How do you like the game Fortnite?
I think it's an okay game. It's fun, but very hard to get used to.
Yeah, I get it.
It's like 100 players. If you start out, like, if you're not good, it's a long road to get up to being good.
Yeah, it does have a very big skill gap for noobs, people who are new to the game, and also people who are, like, very, very, played the game since, like, the earlier days, and they're very skillful at it, and there's a big skill gap in the game, which I actually don't like the skill gap. I think there's a very big skill gap, and it really...
The learning curve is, I think, too great for a game of this popularity, and everyone plays it.
Yeah, I get it. I think that, I've played the game since Christmas, like, a bit after Christmas, at the end of, the second Battle Pass. And I've been playing it for a really long time, and I'm still not that good at it. I'm decent. I have an okay amount of wins. But, yeah, it's just, I've stopped playing it right now, because it's just not fun anymore. It's just, I don't know, it just doesn't really sit straight with me, and I don't really like it that much, so.
I think that there are many improvements that can be made, and it's hard to find someone who you will always have fun with.
Yeah.
Because many people who play the game are addicted to the game. And it's not fun when they're not trying to have fun. They're trying to win. It becomes a task and not a game. And I think that is the problem with Fortnite.
People get way too competitive about it, right?
Yeah. I've been playing... Well, I actually downloaded the game, like, when it... Like, in October, when it first came out.
Which is crazy, because I hadn't even heard about it, dude.
Yeah, neither did I. I was just looking at free games, and I downloaded it. I was like, this looks interesting. I looked at it, and I played it once, and I was like, this is such a bad game. I'm never going to get into this.
And you know what? You know what? It actually was a really bad game at the starting. It was not well made. It was badly rendered. The animations were sloppy. And it was just basically a PUBG ripoff. But I think it's grown past PUBG, and I actually do think it's a better game than PUBG now.
As I was saying...
Yeah, sorry. I just wanted to make my point.
It was crap, so I deleted it. And then I was still into Overwatch, and Overwatch was the thing. And I was like, Overwatch, and so were my friends.
Yeah.
Then Overwatch started to die in popularity, finger quotes.
Yeah, finger quotes.
And so I'm like, what game should I play? Because none of my friends are playing Overwatch anymore. They're all playing this new game, Fortnite. And it's been so long since I looked at it, I was like, it seems familiar. I can't put my finger on it, but I feel like I've played this game before. And so I was like, if you can't beat them, join them. And I just started playing Fortnite, and I got into it, and now it's having less of an appeal.
Yeah, it's a very fun game for a short span of time. You can't play it. I don't think I'll be playing it in 3 months at all. I think it'll kind of have worn out to me. So I was really into Overwatch, like Sam, for more than a year. I was into Overwatch. And I'm still playing that game, and that game hasn't gotten boring to me.
It hasn't gotten worse at all.
I mean, in my opinion, the Epic is a better developer than Blizzard. That's a kind of weird opinion for me, but I really do think Epic is a better developer than Blizzard. But I do think that Overwatch is a much more interesting game. It has
story.
Yeah, it has lore. It has good lore.
And it has good and fun and reasonable characters.
Yeah.
And even if you are not skilled, there's still a relatively fast way for it to get better.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can hear this, but it's raining, and it's like bouncing off the roof. And you just in the background you hear. So just tune that out, please.
Oh God, it is pouring outside.
This is like
They probably can't hear it though. So yeah, we were more talking about Overwatch, but I am going back to Overwatch now, and my point was that Overwatch is a much better, well-established game than...
Yeah, the rain is really loud. Okay.
Yeah, we can talk over it, dude.
Yeah,
Just talk a bit louder.
Just don't go too high.
Overwatch really is not good. Sorry. It's... brain fart. Okay. Yeah, Overwatch is I think more interesting game than Fortnite, and unlike
also, it's had
Fortnite,
longer to...
I've really grown off Fortnite, and I'm not playing it anymore, just because I don't know. It just isn't appealing to me, and I think it'll be like for a lot of people, it will just get less appealing for them. So let's talk about the gameplay.
So some gameplay aspects is that there's 100 people.
Yeah.
I said this before.
It's
a battle royale. So it is last one standing. You have to kill each other. And it is third person.
So yeah.
The thing I like about Overwatch and not Fortnite is that you don't have ammo in Overwatch. You have infinite ammo. You really have to pay attention to how much ammo, what guns you have. You have to pay attention to almost everything. Also, if you can't build fast enough, you can't play fast enough.
Yeah.
You will get outplayed by everyone who is better at building than you, and I feel that it's hard to do. Also, you're placed into a match with tons of skilled people. So there's a rare chance that you will get close to the end if you are just starting out. And that is like a very big down point for Fortnite, because to get new players, they want them to feel like they can do things and the game is easy, or not easy, but interesting and fun. But if you lose immediately or die immediately every game, it will almost immediately lose its appeal.
Yeah. And let's just stop comparing Fortnite to Overwatch. Let's just talk about Fortnite and its aspects. And yeah, I agree with you. I think for people new to the game, they can really be put off because there are some people that I know that have gone on to Fortnite and have not liked it because they get constantly killed by players that are good at them. And that's true, because literally half of people are amazing at Fortnite. And for everyone that's joining the game new, it's very hard to get into it because there are always people better than you that are basically always going to kill you endgame, if you even get endgame. So it's really an aspect to me that's kind of downgrading to it. It just doesn't really appeal.
There is one thing that I would like to compliment on Fortnite, is its cartoony graphics.
Yeah.
The way it represents everything is actually pretty accurate. The guns look okay. Like, they look pretty similar to real life guns. And the cartoony aspect, I think, is a plus for Fortnite. But many people don't like that for some reason.
I think it was a really smart business choice because, like, you know, PUBG, its like main rival is PUBG, and PUBG is like adult. It's a third-person shooter. There's blood. There's gore. There's guns, shooting. It's really violent. It's very
Different.
It's basically a mature game, but Fortnite is the exact same except not with the blood. And it just has a different art style, and it's appealed to people of adult age and also kids, because kids can get in because of the cartoony art style. But with PUBG, it's so realistic and bloody and dark and like very mature that kids won't be able to play or anything like that. They just won't be able to.
Their
and
parents won't let them.
Yeah, parents won't let them. They won't like it. They'll think it's too much. But with Fortnite, the cartoony graphics really help it because it's a very pretty. It's the same level of PUBG on the idea scale as it's a shooter.
Mm-hmm.
But the graphics really make it very suitable for kids.
It has its own vibe. Another big plus for Fortnite is that it's free. 100% free.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
If you want to look like a noob.
Yeah.
So that's a plus that it's free compared to, I'm going to do another comparison to
sure.
PUBG this time, compared to PUBG, which is pretty much the same game, but it's like $40.
And no offense to PUBG, it's a bit broken. PUBG is not amazing. It's not an amazing game. I know there are a lot of people who like PUBG. I really don't see the appeal in it, and you need to pay $40 for it, and it's an Xbox exclusive now.
Wait,
So,
really?
I think it's an Xbox exclusive. I'm probably wrong with that, but I do think that's the case.
Another thing is that you will never, if you don't spend any, collecting my thoughts, if you don't spend any money on the game, you won't, no one will respect you, like, in-game, and you won't, like, people will categorize you in the noob, being a noob.
And the noob, which is a newbie.
Yeah.
It's another word for newbie, if nobody knows that.
And newbie is just a player who's bad. So, it's really, like, people have categorized the default skin, and people have started calling them noob skins.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's like a joke and everything, but I mean, it's kind of demoralizing to be like, oh crap, it's a noob skin on my team, I don't want to play with them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another bad thing about it.
A lot of What were you saying?
No, continue.
Okay. When I first got into it, everybody was like, "Dude, this game is free," and I was like, I'd been playing it for a bit, and I was like, "No, this game is not free. People won't respect you as much as they do if you have an expensive skin, a $20 skin."
Mm-hmm.
And
V-Bucks are expensive.
V-Bucks are very expensive, and I've actually purchased V-Bucks. We both have purchased V-Bucks, and
are a bit ashamed.
we are ashamed of that, but it's a very...
It makes you feel like
It makes you feel like you're better, because nobody treats you like you're a newbie. Because I've gone into games before, like random squad games, with the default skin, and people don't respect you as much as, let's say, you have the John Wick skin.
Mm-hmm.
People won't respect you, and they just won't be really nice and think you're as good. And it's really downgrading and kind of sad that
it's
people in this community only think that people that buy skins with money are good, when you could be amazing. Like Tfue. Do you know who Tfue is?
I've heard of him.
Okay, he's a streamer, and he bought like a ton he like bought the same amount of every streamer of skins, but he had like almost all the skins. And then his account got banned. And he lost all his skins. And he lost about $1,500 worth of skins.
Maybe more.
And now it's really cool because he isn't buying skins anymore. He's refusing to buy skins, and he's the default skin forever, and he will never buy a skin. And that's really cool that one of the big streamers isn't constantly buying skins and is like obsessed with the skins. And he's amazing. He's a very good streamer.
Cool. So one of the points that my friend pointed out, who doesn't like Overwatch, is that it advertises as a free game, but it's the gameplay aspect does not make it a complete game, because you do need, for a game to be good, you do need a sense of reward. You do need to feel the human brain is like hardwired to look for progress. And so my friend pointed out that maybe you could spend like $10 or like $20 for the game and get the battle passes for free.
Yeah.
Because it only is a full game with the battle pass.
Yeah,
because
that is
there's a
right.
sense of reward, there is progress, and you are being more respected as a player because you will be getting things and skins, and like also the new things that they're adding to the game are just not fun.
It's pay to win, but it's not.
It's pay
Because
for respect.
to have a better gameplay experience, you should buy the battle. If you are into the game, then I highly recommend getting the battle pass if you're really into the game, because it gets you skins, which I don't exactly approve, but you get more XP and you just have a better time. And the cool thing
You
is
feel
that
better.
the battle pass is only $13, and that's very cheap.
For Fortnite, of course.
Fortnite and usual gaming,
Yeah,
it's very cheap. And
like if you bought Fortnite for $13 and you got the battle pass,
Yeah.
that would be a full game, a complete game. That's why it's not. It's pay to win. More like pay to respect. Pay for respect.
Yeah. As you're already saying. But I have a argument against what you said, where it isn't satisfying except if you get the battle pass, and I really think that getting your first win and just getting wins in general is one of the most satisfying feelings I've ever had in a game.
Yeah,
That
okay.
victory royale at the end is the most satisfying, relaxing
and
feeling,
energizing as well.
energizing feeling in the entire world when you finally win a game.
Because it
that
takes
is-
a long time to do that.
That is an amazing feeling, and I respect them for doing that, because I played a few games of PUBG.
You did? Where?
Yeah, it wasn't on a computer, it was on mobile, but it was the same thing.
Oh.
It was the same thing I kind of got, and I wasn't satisfied. I won twice, and I wasn't satisfied.
Because it is like a hard-fought battle
It just kind of
to get a win, a victory royale.
Fortnite does require more skill because the building aspect, which is another amazing part of the game. It's very different in the building aspect. It puts in another skill that you need to learn. You can't just go out guns blazing, because the other people will probably have mats and
Or-
wood so they can build. So it usually ends up
Mats
in a
is
build
slang for like
mats
materials.
is material. So
I
it's
thought it meant like when I first started, I thought it meant mats like floor planks.
oh yeah. It's a very good, different kind of shooting, battling system than just the regular, oh, I have a better weapon than him, I do more damage, I run
kill
up to him, and I kill him. It just feels more relaxed. I mean, it isn't relaxed when you're in the fights.
No, it's not relaxed at all.
It's a very good feeling when you finally get it down and you win one of those massive build battles. That's another very, very, very satisfying feeling.
Yeah.
Just killing someone, like the little dink
Oh. Yeah,
when you kill someone with a shotgun.
I
That's a
guess
very
it's
nice feeling.
satisfying for Fortnite though. We're talking about Fortnite,
Yeah.
not real life.
Yeah, no. Just in Fortnite, when you eliminate someone, it's very satisfying. Very, very, very satisfying.
So we're gonna do an all in all, a complete review. Like, how many stars out of 10 would we rate this
I think
game?
we still have some more points about.
Like what?
Like, I'm just thinking. I think we can find some more points about it.
I don't know. It's been going on for a bit.
Yeah, sure. We can move on. So, what would you give this game? So, after all our game and movie reviews of the episode, we give them a score out of 10. And what would you give?
I
out
would
of
give
10?
this game like 6 out of 10.
A 6, really?
Well, it's gradually decreasing. Actually, you only have fun if you're a pro.
Yeah. When
So,
you're a pro, it's
Maybe
great.
it starts out at 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. But the more you play, the more you realize that you're not going to get better.
Yeah, it also started as a 9 out of 10 with me. It's decreased, but I think it's still an okay game.
I guess, yeah.
So I give it a solid 7 out of 10.
I'd give it, I'll bump mine up to like 7, 6.5.
Yeah, it's a very satisfying, mediocre experience. Okay, also, one last thing. I don't understand why this game got so popular. It's just kind of weird.
Yeah.
There are much better games out there that should have gotten more popular than Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
Fortnite's good, but it's mediocre.
It's the fan base. Okay, here's one last point. I'm sorry. One last point. The fan base makes Fortnite out to be a perfect game. The atom of games.
Yeah.
It's not. You have to realize that it's just an average game. It's, as Jam said, it's a mediocre game. So, we're going to wrap this section of our video game today.
Yeah.
And we are going to be talking about movies.
So
This is like a new thing. This is like the podcasting. This is our first episode. And the software is kind of alien to us. Hey, speaking of aliens, this is our next movie.
That
It's
was
called
clean.
Alien.
Yeah. Alien. I forget when it was put out. It was put out a very long time ago. It's
Wait.
an older horror movie from the genius of Ridley Scott.
Mm.
It spanned many sequels. You probably know of it. Yeah, it's Alien. It's Alien. I think it's from 1979. I think.
Something like that. It's really old. It's like...
It's pretty
it's
old.
Crazy.
And
Many of the effects still hold up, though.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
I love this movie to death. It is an amazing movie. And I think it holds up. And it's scary to me. It's a very scary experience. Very claustrophobic.
It seems like experiences like everything in like games and movies. Continue. Sorry.
Yeah. So, I really do like Alien a lot. It's a very fun, scary, suspenseful movie, and I'm 100% with it. But I haven't actually heard Sam's opinion on it. But I really like this movie, and I will defend it to the end because it's a very good movie. Also, its sequel, Aliens, which Sam hasn't seen yet,
Not completely.
that we might review later on in another episode. But Aliens is also a very good sequel.
So, I feel that we should give like a detailed analysis of this movie.
Okay.
Not scene by scene, but just like part by part. And Jam will go first.
Okay, so actually, do you want to do a spoiler-free kind of talk about it, and then we can talk about some spoilers?
Sure.
So we'll tell you when there are spoilers.
We'll talk about the spoilers at the end.
Yeah, we'll talk about spoilers after we talk about the normal things, and we'll give you a warning when you start talking about spoilers. So this is a movie. It stars Sigourney Weaver.
Mm-hmm.
Very good female protagonist. Very good. It's a very old movie, and it has a very good female protagonist that you root for.
And
she isn't over-sexualized.
There's also
There's
a lot
nothing.
of empathy that you can feel for the predicament that they're in.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
So...
Well, there's an alien.
Yeah.
Let's just spill the beans. There's an alien in the movie.
Yeah. There's a very scary alien on a ship.
Spaceship.
A spaceship. So, I think we should probably just head into spoilers.
Oh, wait, no, okay, let's explain the plot,
Okay,
I guess.
sure.
And then,
You
like,
can
just
explain
to
the
start,
plot.
like, give a small summary.
So,
These people are on a spaceship.
Uh-huh.
They, have woken from cryosleep.
Yeah, or something like that. Like sleep.
And there's something wrong with the ship. They hear a distress call and they go down to this planet, and this dude gets attacked.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know by what. We can tell you later.
Mm-hmm. And then suddenly there's an alien on board this ship, and the crew gets taken off one by one.
The good thing about the alien is that they don't show it too much.
Mm-hmm.
They keep it in, like, terrifying, horrifying suspense for most of the movie, which I find is a great aspect.
Yeah, so I think we should just go into spoilers, because there are a lot of spoilers in this movie, a lot of great parts that we don't want to spoil for any of you
who want to watch the movie.
So
if you're listening to this...
So if you're listening to this right now, there's a spoiler warning. We'll put description timestamp. You can just skip forward to the time that we say in the description, and you can,
listen to the next part.
So, okay, first off the bat, the alien...
Wait, before anything, if you haven't seen the movie, pause it, watch it, and come back.
Yeah.
Pause the podcast, watch it, and come back, because it is a great movie.
Yeah, recommend.
It's filmed magnificently.
100%.
Yeah.
Recommend. Okay. I was scared by this movie.
And that's saying a lot, because Jam here... He's seen countless horror movies.
I like horror movies a lot.
And he's not scared by any of them, so...
I'm not scared by a lot of horror movies. I was scared by Alien. And I don't know why. It just really freaked me out. There's a lot of claustrophobia to it. And we just need to talk about the dinner scene, okay? It's the elephant in the room for this movie. Basically, if you haven't seen the movie, you probably heard about it. An elephant in the room
is a lie.
Yeah. Really? No,
yeah, if you say there's an elephant in the room, it means that someone's lying, I'm pretty sure.
No, it's...
Or there's something obvious?
Yeah, it's something...
Oh, okay. Obvious. Sorry, I'm completely lost.
If anybody... Okay, so back to it. If anybody hasn't seen the movie but have heard of it, they probably heard about the dinner scene. This is a very famous scene, very scary. This surprised me, because I actually didn't watch any spoilers or anything like that, any shots from the movie, because I wanted it totally new.
Also, when I saw it, I didn't know it was going to happen. And neither did the actors, which is the great thing.
So, something about this movie is that Ridley Scott, who's the director, and he, for this scene where the chest burster pops out of the
chest of
John Hurt's chest.
Spoiler alert!
we already said spoiler. So rest in peace, John Hurt. You're an amazing actor. But they got all the actors. They didn't tell them actually about...
Except John Hurt.
Yeah, except for John Hurt. They didn't tell the entire cast about what was going to happen. So all the reactions in that scene are genuine horror...
And, like, surprise.
Of surprise
of
that...
an alien bursting out of their comrade's chest.
A man's chest.
Yeah.
And there's an amazing scene... God, I don't remember her name. The blonde lady. I'm sorry. I don't remember her name.
She won some prizes for her acting in that film. She was good.
She's very good. She jumps, and it's, like, very genuine. And... Yeah, I just learned that, and that's very cool. That's very cool.
Do you want to go through what the scene is? Because we haven't really explained what the scene is.
If they've seen the movie, they know what the scene is.
Okay, yeah,
it's just a dinner scene, and the alien who is latched on to John Hurt's face,
a face hugger,
and let go and planted spores inside of him, unbeknownst to the crew.
Yeah. Oh, also another point is that there is a black guy in it, but it doesn't follow the trend black guys die first.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. We can talk about that later. So the chest burster falls off, and they're like, okay, that's cool. And then, obviously, it's planted a spore or something in his chest. And so, it pops out, and it's an evil thing popping out of his chest, and it's very scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the chest burster scene. You probably know about it. So as you were saying, the alien suit, the fully grown alien, is amazing.
It's terrifying. Oh yeah, just a mention, Everything in this movie is practical effects, except one scene, which is the painting
there are a lot
behind
of special effects in it. All the ships.
No, that's
So
not
some of that
special
is-
effects. That is just a model.
Yeah.
No, like everything. That's still practical effects. Like nothing is CG or CGI or whatever you call it. Nothing, because that wasn't invented then. And so this alien suit is like the embodiment of like fear and terror, and like it is terrifying.
Yeah. It's very scary. It's very. I approve of the costume
Yes.
of that alien. That alien is so weird and new. And, like, it's humanoid, right? But it's
Not.
scary. There is a massive feeling of dread throughout the entire first act up to when the chestburster first pops out of John Hurt's chest, where you don't know what's gonna happen. You see the face hugger come out of the egg, but there's a big feeling of dread because you have no idea what's gonna happen. It starts out very slow. It's very slow until John Hurt gets face hugged, and it's just a big feeling of dread in the movie. Very, very scary. You don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's
Everything.
just an amazing part of it.
I see that we forgot to get like water. I think we should get some water.
Okay, yeah. So
I'll
it's
get
just,
some water, and you keep talking about the movie.
I might pause the podcast for 2
Okay.
seconds, so it'll cut.
Movie in the act.
The act of the dread.
Yeah,
in
like,
yeah. Did we finish talking about that?
I don't remember.
Okay. Well, it was very big.
Like it was like just a looming cloud on the horizon. Always like you always knew that it was there, but you couldn't put your finger on what you were scared. Like why?
The scariness wasn't just the dread, it was also claustrophobia.
Mm-hmm.
It was a big part of the scariness of this movie. There was a lot of
Crawling through tight
Crawling,
spaces, like vents.
tight spaces, down smoky hallways. Like the part, spoilers again, where she's in the spaceship at the end, the pod,
Oh
and
yeah.
then the hand sticks out. That was a very
And then she
scary
runs
part.
into the closet.
Yeah.
That's also claustrophobic.
That entire final act was really well done.
Yes.
And I laughed when like the alien was like inside the wall, and it was just
It's
like
just sleeping.
sort of waking up, and you saw it yawn, and it's like second mouth came out and then yawned too.
Yeah.
That was really funny in my opinion.
It kind of just looked a bit derpy.
Yeah.
Just like curled up in a small space, just kind of like sleeping, and going like.
Yeah. The practical effects were very good,
Yes.
but sometimes they were a bit cheesy. Sometimes in the few shots where you saw the alien fully, it looked kind of weird.
Like the long head, kind of made it look derpy.
The
in many shots.
The shot where it flies out of the spaceship is very.
Interesting.
It's good, but then it's weird because
Yeah.
it kind of looks like a model of the alien
Because it
flying
was
out.
a model.
Yeah, but it's also good. It's really good for the 70s, but
Yeah.
and it still holds up. There are just some few details that aren't amazing in the movie.
Now we've talked about the alien. Let's delve into the deep, dark dungeons of other characters besides Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah, so we talked about Sigourney Weaver. Let me just actually, I'm gonna just look up IMDb. I want to know these actors' names because I only know Sigourney Weaver, and that's kind of embarrassing. So as that is loading, what are your opinions on them?
On the actors?
Yeah, the
Okay.
acting.
I think the acting was good.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it sounded like it was fun. It was like it sounded like it would be fun to do, like to act.
Mm-hmm.
And the acting was like a lot very genuine and
Yeah. There
like,
was
real.
genuine acting. It was
And,
very
like,
real.
It felt very, not personal, but you can feel for the other people and understand how they feel.
Yeah, it wasn't just Sigourney Weaver that you were rooting for. All the characters had a distinct character style, you know? Everyone had their own character, and everyone had their own style of acting, in my opinion. There's the guy that was always like, right, 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 and that was his character. That was kind of funny.
Yeah, he's like, right.
Just looking it up right now. I just want to know their names so I don't.
So we know their names.
Yeah, so we can actually talk about them better. Sorry about that.
Does this typing invoke ASMR?
It probably does.
People listening? Let me just,
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Oh, okay. It's not loud enough.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, it isn't loud enough. Okay, so, yeah, I did really like the, John Hurt was good.
Yeah.
John Hurt was
Except for
very
the one part when he was going down into the alien thing, and then you could see him, like, I can't bring myself to slip off this, so he had to, like, push himself, and, like, he he clearly
There might be a
meant to
deeper
miss.
meaning to that scene, but that was kind of weird looking.
Yeah, he, like, missed his leg on purpose, it looked like.
Yeah, so what happens is John Hurt falls into this, like, massive pile of eggs.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was pretty funny
Yeah.
looking. I think it was just, like, you know, maybe there's a deeper meaning to it, but maybe it was just not amazing acting. All the characters, all the supporting cast was amazing. I want to find out who made the alien design and made the suit, because that's very good work right there.
Yes. Yes,
That-
very, very good work.
Very nicely made, everything like that. Just like the
But it's
people who
taken
made.
forever to load.
Yeah, well,
What
maybe
can you
when you
expect?
have podcasts on, it takes a long time. Sorry, I just want to learn the names.
Well, there's Sigourney Weaver, and that guy,
Let's just, yeah.
and that
Okay.
guy, and that guy,
Yeah,
and then
so
that girl.
All the supporting characters were very good. And, oh yeah, the android scene. I was gonna talk about that.
Oh yeah, okay,
That
that,
was
scary. I had
scary.
no idea what he was. Like when
That
I was
was a
watching it,
scary
I thought
scene.
I thought he was being possessed by an alien or something.
Yeah.
And everyone was around me was like, he's totally a robot. And I'm like, but it doesn't look robot what I know to be a robot, finger quotes.
Yeah. That lingering shot with the, like, the white milk
Yeah.
blood
I was like,
drooping
they
down
probably
his
just
forehead.
used milk.
They probably did, actually. I mean, it looked good.
Yeah.
It didn't look bad at all. But that shot was really nice.
My favorite part of the android is that when his head was just on the table, like, and he was still talking, it
Yeah.
was just like, wow.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Makeup.
Yeah, all of, like,
Yeah.
all the makeup and stuff. Like, they didn't even look like they were wearing too much makeup. Like,
Yeah.
it's, like, when you come out of cryosleep, you probably didn't put makeup when you went in. And so it looked, like, realistic. Because some people, when they wake up, they got tons of makeup on their face.
Mhm.
And they look like they've been sleeping there for, like, 10 seconds.
Yeah.
But, no, they played that part very well.
Yeah, it was well shot too. Very well
Yeah.
shot movie.
Yes.
There's some shots that really stayed with me. Like the android. Well, the android scene was very well shot.
Yes.
Very, very well done, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The blood running down his forehead was
Yeah.
cool.
I don't understand. Wait, how did the android get hurt? Or wait, was that just like perspiration or what?
No, he got whacked.
By what?
He-
What whacked him? I'm actually
They were in a
asking.
tussle, and she
No,
threw him against the wall.
Before that, before
What?
he became evil, when she first realized.
Yeah, she had
Attack-
she had hit him. They had been in a tussle.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I like the part where, the guy knocks the android's head off.
And just keeps walking around.
Yeah, that was fun. That was well made too. Yeah, just all well made. This very well made movie.
Yes. All around. We should find some things that we can criticize, though.
Yeah, I guess. It's really hard.
Yeah, we've praised this movie a lot. But there are some points that we should point out.
I first watched a bit of this movie at a party, and it's definitely not a party movie. I was the only person out of my friends that was interested in it. Because the entire starting is very, very, very slow. It's a much more artistic movie than a movie to watch with friends.
Yeah, you could maybe at a sleepover or something, late at night, watch it. That would be with one of your friends who's also interested. That would be good.
But with
many friends
that aren't exactly into it, that was not an amazing experience. And I'm glad that I didn't watch all of it.
Yeah.
Because then that would have kind of spoiled it and not made it amazing for me. But yeah, it was.
Another thing that I don't really understand is how the alien got around. I know through the vents, but how did it get into the pod? Because it was behind Sigourney, and then it was in front of her almost immediately.
Well, no, she ran, right? She needed to go back.
Oh,
then
yeah.
She came back and the door was open.
Oh, and poor Jonesy.
Oh yeah, Jonesy. Jonesy is
He's
the
just
cat
being
character.
Bashed around.
He is the best character. I want a Jonesy shirt. I actually want a Jonesy shirt bad.
He was being bashed around, in the cage. At one point, he was just, rolling, or the cage was tumbling, or oh, Jonesy's probably has a concussion.
Yeah, Jonesy's probably very...
Concussed.
Very concussed.
Imagine
that amazing shot with the alien...
And Jonesy?
Looking into the, cage. Jonesy's cage, right?
Yeah.
That cat box, that was funny. That was fantastic.
I wonder why it didn't attack the cat.
I mean, the cat was in a box. Maybe it didn't understand
attacked
that.
people in lockers.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Jonesy was the second best character in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like Jonesy a lot.
My favorite was Mother.
Oh,
it's
Mother.
Worst series.
It was like a 1970s Siri. Mother.
So
doesn't
you can
respond
imagine
to every command.
anything.
And is evil.
Well, no. Only evil because someone told it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Entire realization of...
The plan was,
That was dark.
Oh my god.
I was like...
Really?
God, they just sent them to...
Die.
That's kind of sad.
Mm-hmm.
Very. I like the design of the Mother. The sets were amazing.
Yeah, they were great.
On that planet, the first shot where they see the crashed spaceship...
Yeah.
That's too static. That's amazing.
Mm.
It's a very definitive shot. And has been used more often in other movies, sort of like that. And it was the second space movie. It was the second big space movie after
2001.
Yeah.
Space
after
Odyssey?
2001.
I haven't seen that movie. I don't know what
Yeah,
it's
me
about.
neither. I haven't seen that movie.
I really want to see it.
I saw Apollo 13 recently.
I don't know what 2001 Space Odyssey is beside the name.
It's a space movie.
Okay.
So that had came along 3 years before, and then Alien came out, and Alien was the second big space movie.
Yeah.
And it was really well done. It was new, it was fresh. It was a good horror movie.
Yep.
Yeah, very good.
I think that pretty much...
Really? You're sure?
I don't know. We haven't really talked about the other actors besides just praising them.
No, the crew is good.
Yeah, the crew was great.
The first two movies, the casting was really good in the first two movies. Sam hasn't seen the second one, though. We're gonna watch that soon, because I've seen the first two, and I'm not gonna watch all the other ones, because I don't really want to watch the other ones. Just not amazing movies.
I think that does kind of conclude our review.
Were we talking about the sets?
I think so, a tiny bit.
Yeah, it was... all the sets. I really liked when you were on. The ship was really claustrophobic.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing movie. So that concludes it. Do you want to score it, and then I can score it?
Sure. I'll give it a 8.5 out of 10.
Nice. Give me your reasons.
Okay, the alien was good. The pacing, I thought, was, even though slow at the start, was pretty good.
Yeah, the pacing was very good.
The actors were great. The sets were good. The plot idea, the execution was good, I thought. And, yeah, those are most of my reasons.
Yeah. I'd give it actually a 9 out of 10. It's a classic movie. It's like a very classic movie. Very old. And it still holds up. And that's why I give it a 9 out of 10. It's like an pretty old movie that holds up after all these years. And that's just pretty amazing that it actually held up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd give it that. Sorry, just plugging in the computer because it's lower. Okay, yeah, it holds up. The acting's phenomenal. There are a lot of good things about it. Like, everything we said, I like. It, except for this, it is an amazing party movie. That's, like, the only negative thought I like.
Also, I feel like the music was a bit underwhelming and forgettable.
Yeah, there was... I actually don't remember the score
Neither
at
do
all.
I.
Yeah. The score was not
That's
great.
one bad thing.
Yeah.
So, now to our next part.
Which is, one-timers. These are just ones that we're gonna do each podcast, 2 of them. And for this podcast, for starting off, we're gonna be talking about some of our favorite video games of all time.
And, bad movies will be second.
Bad movies will be second. Movies that we've seen that we haven't liked.
Or
Okay.
just thought were very bad.
So, do you want to start off?
Sure.
Give me. We can alternate and
Sure.
say some of our favorite video games.
I have recently got God of War. I don't know if
God
it's
of War game.
favorite, the new God of War game. I don't know if it's my favorite, but it is up there. That is one of my honorable mentions, I guess.
Yeah.
Horizon Zero Dawn was a big thing. Like back in the early days
Horizon
of having
Zero
a
Dawn is
PS4.
It's an amazing game.
Yeah.
If you have a PS4, I definitely recommend that game. It's
Yeah.
a very good game.
So yeah, it was a big thing when I first got my PS4. It was one of the first games I got besides Overwatch, which is also up there.
Yeah.
So Horizon Zero Dawn is not my all-time favorite game because I don't know if I have one of those, but is a favorite game of mine. It is a open world, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like,
It's an
properly.
open world game.
It's like,
It's an open world story game.
yeah, open world post-apocalyptic story game. I don't know. I'm not going to like explain it too much in detail, just in case you want to play it yourself.
You play as.
You play as a female protagonist named Aloy.
Strong female protagonist, very good.
Yeah. The voice acting in the movie is good.
In the like movie cutscenes.
Yeah. Oh my god, I said movie.
Yeah, I said movie.
Oh my god. Crap.
Okay.
In the video game is good. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Is good, and the lip syncing sometimes matches up, which is good
Sometimes
for a game.
for games. Believe me, I've.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I've seen bad lip syncing.
Yeah, there are many bad lip syncing games.
Shuddering, thinking back to Mass Effect Andromeda.
God. Oh, yeah, that was a mess. Anything else you want to say about Horizon?
I thought it was really fun, and it wasn't too hard. Some of the boss fights I got really stuck on. And
Can I tell everyone a story? Okay, so back in the day where Sam first got a PS4, so he got Horizon, right? And I went over to his house, and he's like stuck on this boss fight, right?
Yeah, and I do it like 3 or 4 times, and I die.
Sam does it like 3 or 4 times in front of me.
Yeah.
And you die, and I'm like, hey, can I try? And I beat it first try.
And he has never played the game before,
And
so...
that's why I got the game later on. I got it for Christmas this year, and
How much have you played it?
a bit, I guess.
I also think the graphics are good.
Oh yeah,
Some of the
graphics are-
cutscenes I showed my parents. I was like, so what format do you think this is? Does it look like a movie? And they were like, yeah, it completely looks like a movie or like a TV show. It was so realistic. Like they didn't know that it was my video game.
Yeah, it's a very, very realistic graphics.
Yes.
It's like the best that the PS4 have offered. I played it at a store on the PS4 Pro, and that looked fantastic. That looked so good, like really. Yeah. Do you have anything else to say about it?
It was just a big part of my life for a while.
Yeah, you played it nonstop.
And that's why it's one of my favorite games.
So if we're talking about big parts of people's lives, a massive game, basically my first game, a massive part, about 3 to 4 years ago, my family got a Wii U,
Oh yeah.
with Mario Kart 8, and I love that game to death. Mario Kart is so much fun, and any Mario Kart is amazing.
I've got the original Mario Kart for the Wii. Not the original Mario Kart, but I've got like Mario Kart Wii. And it's just like wow.
I played it like when I was 6, up to when I got the Wii U at my cousin's house, and they constantly beat me. I was terrible. But when I first got it, it's so nostalgic for me to get it. It isn't just me, my entire family loved that game. It was a household game for a very long time. It still is a household game that we play a ton together. And the graphics are still hold up, in my opinion.
I
They
guess
still
yeah.
hold up, yeah. And just thinking, I got the 2 DLCs, which are worth it. They give you 8 more tracks each,
Ooh, okay, that's big.
2 cups, and they're like pretty cheap. I forget how much they are, but yeah. I saw Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I was like thinking of getting a Switch. I'm probably not gonna get a Switch though. Like,
Yeah,
Mario Kart 8
the
Deluxe-
only reason I would get a Switch is for Legend of Zelda Breath
Yeah.
of the Wild.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is not amazing, and I was
It's-
kind of disappointed by it actually.
Well,
It's just
it's
an
kind of
add-on.
fun still. Yeah, it's
It's like
more of a
Mario Kart
DLC to Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, sorry, just drinking some water.
A very expensive DLC.
Very $80 DLC,
Pretty much.
like Splatoon 2, which I might talk about. Not Splatoon 2. I might talk about Splatoon because I like Splatoon 2.
Anything else you have to add for Mario Kart?
No, not really. Actually, it's just nostalgic to me, and I love it.
When you talked about the Wii U, it reminded me of another nostalgic game of mine that has been with me for a long time, and I have it on the Wii, and it's Skylanders Giants.
Skylanders! Oh my god,
Yeah,
dude!
that's an old game, and
Dude.
I could maybe still play it. Like it's still fun. If for people who don't know,
Skylanders was the biggest thing.
it was crazy.
Everyone used to play it.
Yeah.
All my friends were addicted to Skylanders. It was like the first Toys to Life game.
Yeah, no, it was like first amiibos. Like
Yeah. Which are Toys to Life.
I think there was one before Skylanders.
No. Because then it spawned a bunch of them, like Disney Infinity and like
Oh,
the
yeah.
Lego game.
Yeah. Lego Dimensions.
Yeah, Lego Dimensions.
So that game I was obsessed with. It was the first game we got for the Wii, but then after we got Just Dance.
Just Dance is also amazing.
That's
I'm not gonna
fun.
put it on. It's just really fun. It's a fun time. Just Dance is fun.
So like the graphics are not the greatest for Skylanders Giants. But I think every time I play it or will play it, I will feel massive amounts of nostalgia
Yeah.
because there was this one character, if people who might not know, there's a chance that they have lived under a rock, and they do not know. There was this one character. These characters are like little figurines. They're like amiibos or like stuff like that you put on this portal of power, which I got so excited about. I love just watching the colors shift in the portal of power.
Sorry, just moving closer to the mic.
Yep.
Right.
It was like my favorite thing to do. If I couldn't have screen time, I just looked at the portal of power, change colors. And so you put it on, and it read it, and it put it in the game. And this one person I was trying to get for the longest time was Shroom Boom.
Shroom Boom, was that the guy with the mushroom head?
Yeah, it was.
I never got that game. I watched someone play it, and I was like, this is boring. But I did like some of the figurines.
Yeah.
Shroom Boom. Okay, I remember Shroom Boom.
Shroom Boom. Yeah.
Shroom Boom.
And I got it eventually, and I was so happy, and then I figured out that it's not a great character.
Oh.
And I was really disappointed.
Oh, really?
Another thing about the game is that you can name your own characters. What fun, like, 10-year-old Sam got up to naming his characters Fart Butt.
Really?
Yeah.
Of course, though.
3 farts for my giant.
Whenever you have a, like, 8-year-old.
Yeah.
You're younger than 10.
Yeah, probably, actually.
Yeah, 10 is pretty, to play Skylanders. Like, you were, like, 8.
Yeah.
Less.
It was fun.
Yeah. You really liked it. I remember you liking it. So is that all you have to say about Skylanders Giants?
Oh,
How many Skylander games do you have?
Oh, I have one. Like,
Oh,
I
really?
own one.
Okay.
But they're making they made a TV show,
Oh,
like
God,
Spyro something, and they're making a new Spyro's Adventure for the PS4.
Okay. That sounds okay.
I don't know. So, I've ever since I've had Skylanders the game, I've had these Skylanders pajamas with like Skylanders on them, and I got them when I was like maybe 9, and I still wear them today, like up to date. And I'm never letting my parents throw them out for some reason. Just like it's a thing. Just these are not going.
Wearing your 7-year-old
they're up to my like
pajamas.
knees. They're like up to like in between my knee and my foot, like in the middle. They're like.
Do they leave marks?
No, they're not that tight
so
yet.
tight.
They're not that tight yet.
Oh, God.
I think that's all I have to say about Skylanders.
Okay.
I think 2 games each.
Yeah. No, we can say a ton more.
I guess. I'm having to think a long time
Yeah.
of certain games.
I mean, just think of your Wii nostalgia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I got one next.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Okay, basically all of my favorite games come from the Wii. There's like no amazing games that I've gotten that I've loved on the PS4. Like, loved. But, my favorite Wii U game is, Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. We already talked about it. But I love Zelda to death. It's an amazing series.
Yeah.
It's very good. The stories are amazing. The gameplay is amazing. And
Link's only talking part is so if you just continue to roll constantly, it just sounds like it's really funny.
Yeah. But I played like a few. I didn't have any other console than the Wii U, so I could only play the Zelda games on the Wii U. So I played like, I played Twilight Princess, which I disliked. And then I played Wind Waker, which I liked a lot. But I loved Breath of the Wild so much. That was an amazing experience. It's an open world game. It's like Horizon Zero Dawn, like you were saying, but in my opinion, it's a bit better than Horizon Zero Dawn.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're both amazing games, but I like the experience of Zelda better. It's just massive. It has an amazing story. There are it takes a lot of time. Like,
yeah.
I kind of sped through it. My first playthrough, I played it in 2 weeks, right? Because you could do that. You could play through the game in 2 weeks, but then I played another playthrough, and I just did everything, and it took me about 2 months, more I think. It's a massive game, and I could keep figuring out secrets and getting side quests and stuff. But yeah. Spoilers.
For what?
Do you, can I say spoilers too at the game?
I don't know. Sure.
So spoiler warning to Breath of the Wild. The final boss is the best final boss that I've ever played in my life. Or actually, no, it's the second. The first will be for another game that you don't know about yet. But God, I liked Breath of the Wild a lot. It was a fun game. Okay, so Sam.
Okay. When I was prompted to think of nostalgic games, my mind was just all over the place. And then it landed on a little something called the 3DS.
Oh!
Yeah, I got a 3DS after the Wii, and I was obsessed. I have so many Pokemon games. It's crazy. I've got Majora's Mask for Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. I've got Mario 3. I've got Mario 3D Land or something.
Yeah.
And then I've got 6 or 7 Pokemon games.
Pokemon, I never really liked Pokemon, actually.
They're
never
awesome.
Really...
The TV show and the games are awesome.
Yeah, I like the TV show. I watched the TV show.
It's the same episode over and over and over, and they stretched it out for 10 years.
I started watching it this sounds kind of bad, but I started watching it 2 years ago, and then I got addicted to it for a month, and then I stopped, and I was like, this is a very young kid's show. Why am I addicted to this? But yeah, it was very...
I think my favorite game... I've got, so many games I can, count names off, but I don't think many people will recognize them. My favorite game is Pokemon Black and White, the black one. So you can get Reshiram, because he was one of my all-time favorite Pokemon. My all-time favorite Pokemon is Dustox, the moth Pokemon.
Who's Dusk Tops? How do you say it?
Dusk Tox, like dusk and toxic.
Oh, Dusk Talks.
Yeah.
Okay. What did
it-
he look like?
A moth.
Oh, okay.
It was
I
a
saw
moth
it.
with
I think I've seen it.
Yeah. So that's my favorite Pokemon ever, for all time, eternity. Yeah, I've put in probably over 200 hours into those games.
God, really?
Altogether.
Yeah.
Because I've got 7, I've played each of them all the way through a couple times.
That's amazing.
So yeah, I was and still am an avid fan of Pokemon.
I have so many more games that I love, and you just have a crap ton of 3DS games that you can list off. But next, this is my all-time favorite game.
Ooh.
And I think it just came back to me. It's the basically first video game I ever played. I mean, at my house, and it was on our Mac. Our old Mac.
Oh yeah, and Jam had a box TV for the longest time.
Yeah, I had.
It was funny.
That's why I never got any consoles, because my family had a box TV and a massive MacBook. Not a MacBook. What are those computers called?
I have no idea.
Well, the big monitors that Mac makes. But
Yeah.
God. Apple, not Mac, sorry. The Macs that Apple makes.
I wonder where Mac the name comes from.
Macintosh.
And that's a type
apple.
of apple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense.
Okay, and that's Undertale.
Oh, I thought you were gonna do a different game.
Oh, what game did you think I was gonna
I thought you were gonna do like that older Temple Run game.
Oh, that mobile game.
Yeah.
Oh no, not
No. Okay.
no. It's Undertale.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Did you just hurt your arm? Just like got up and like hit your arm on the chair.
I'm dying inside.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it. Okay. So, Undertale's amazing, and I still like it. After about 3 years.
I never really got into it. I played it once and I was like, I know everyone else likes this game, but it's hard.
Yeah, and I get
I
it.
can't find the appeal.
It's hard, challenging, fun. The characters are amazing. I love every single one of them. I've never done a genocide run because I just couldn't get myself to do it. So the whole plot of the game is that you could go.
Oh, wait. Is this spoilers?
No, there will be spoilers later. The whole plot of the game is that you're a human in a land of monsters, and you could either just kill all of them, kill some of them, or just go totally nice. And I couldn't kill any of them because
It also kind
it
of
broke my heart to do that. I
Yeah.
hated doing that. So I never did a genocide run. I did about 3 pacifists in a row because I liked it so much.
Like,
Yeah.
also genocide, it also kind of corrupts the game file or something.
Yeah.
It doesn't corrupt it, but it like does something to the game file, because every time you make a new game, you could even delete the game and then re-download it. It will remember that you've done a genocide run and be resentful.
Yeah. So
it's kind of creepy.
yeah, it's a bit creepy. I was scared of it. I was scared of a genocide run. That's also why I didn't do it.
Because it would ruin.
It would ruin the game.
Ruin finger quotes the game.
But okay, I love all the characters. My favorite character is this character called Alphys, who's this like nervous scientist. She's amazing. So I might go into spoiler territory because there are so many spoilers in this game that I like. I like everything about this game. But yeah, this is my favorite final boss fight. Okay. So Sam had to go to the washroom. Sorry about that cut. That was really weird. But he's back now and everything's
Hi.
fine. So as I was talking about
I didn't get sucked into the toilet
No, he didn't.
like I feared.
Okay. So yeah, this is my favorite final boss fight is Flowey, who I was scared of. Flowey's like the main antagonist, and then he turns into this like a super weird monster at the end. That freaked me out, but I loved it still. So I just love this game to death.
You've used that 3 times.
I have, because I like it. Okay, I should probably stop using that word, because I've used it to death. Okay.
I'm giving him the evil eye right now.
Okay, so Sam, tell me another game.
Oh,
Just think.
thanks for putting me on the spot.
Yeah.
I do have. This might be for another video, but I've got a fears. That would probably be for another video.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh. Other
Think about
game.
PS4.
Think about PS4.
We've talked too much about Nintendo.
Yeah, I think it was yeah, okay, I got one. I
Okay.
think it's the first game that I ever got on my PS4. And the name is Overwatch.
Of course.
It's
We've already talked about it in this podcast.
yeah, it's kind of died down in popularity, but
Yeah.
because Fortnite has gotten so
Massive.
yeah.
So.
So Overwatch is a first-person shooter, or FPS. It is a team game, so
Yeah.
it's like it's usually six people versus 6 people. Each person can choose a character, and then they can be whatever they like. Be that character, and they got certain abilities. There's no like upgrades to the character. You can like get skins for the character, by leveling up and getting loot boxes or like playing certain games. You can but the graphics are good, like really good, and the animation is smooth. Like, very smooth.
Yeah, it's very smoothly rendered.
Another thing that I think I've already mentioned is that you have infinite ammo. And,
like that.
so, yeah, I like that because I don't have, it's another thing that I don't need to remember. It was such another humongous part of my life. Like, when I got it, Jan here, I've used that already, patting him on the head.
I had already.
Yeah, he already had
for
it.
about 5 months.
Something like that, and I've played it.
Uh-huh.
And people who haven't played the game, I'm gonna tell a little story about the game.
Okay.
My first game, I played as like the most cancerous hero, Symmetra, and we were on defense, so we get sent out first. Symmetra has the ability to plant turrets on the wall, and everyone was level 1 and were really bad. But I had already played the game, so I kind of knew the basics. And so what I did is I went up to the enemy doorway where they all come out, and I put my turrets around, and no one knew how they were all dying because they were not like good. They were level 1, and they didn't know, they didn't understand. So everyone on their team quit, and we won by forfeit.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, every single person.
Oh god.
That was fun.
I bet none of those people played ever again after that. They just went to GameStop and refunded it.
Yeah.
Traded it in for like Battlefront.
Yeah.
Alright.
So, but Overwatch also has lore, which is a good thing, I think. And some of the lore is interesting, some of it's boring. But yeah, I think Overwatch.
But why do you love it? Why,
I
why
like
is it
it.
your favorite game? One of your favorite
It's
games?
one of my favorite games because it's quite it's fun. It's a team-based game, but people can be really mean, and that stops people from trying to be a team, and I think that's a bad thing.
But
So then the only people on mics are mean people.
yeah, it's
You can deal with
problem.
that though.
There is sometimes toxicity in it. It's
It's a
this
problem.
community is pretty toxic. The game is amazing, but the community is pretty toxic. So
Yeah.
uh-huh.
I just like the gameplay aspect, the style. I like that I'm not the worst at that game. And the learning curve's not too great because it has a system where it places you with people of your skill level.
Yeah, and
Except the first game, because they don't know your skill level on that account.
so yeah, it's
fun.
It's balanced, good, very well made game. Definitely suggest buying it.
Yeah.
If you have a PS4.
It is $80 though.
No, not anymore. It's sold for like $60 now.
Really?
Less. Yeah, you can get it
Oh.
refund. You can get it like recycled for
I guess.
pretty cheap.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so we can do one more round because I.
can't think of any more.
Okay, I'll go once more.
Yeah.
And
Are we gonna go to the next one, or because this is taking a while? Do you think we should
I've
just do
one
one
more.
one-timer?
I've one.
You think we should
I've one more favorite video.
Yeah.
game.
Are we just gonna do one one-timer? Do you think
No,
this
I
time?
think we could do one more.
Like both one-timers?
Yeah.
I don't know. Then we shouldn't do too many bad movies then.
Yeah. Yeah. No. It's
Like
okay.
one for each of us or
Yeah,
something.
sure. And okay, so my last favorite video game is one of your favorite video games too. I don't think you've thought about it, but it's a game that we both played and we both really liked, and Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's basically for both of us.
Remastered at least.
Yeah, the remastered edition on the PS4 is one of the most beautiful looking games that I've ever played. It looks amazing.
Even though it's super dark and everything looks the same color, it's still super beautiful, which is weird.
Blue Point did an amazing job on it, remastering the game. And it's a game where how many colossi are there? 18, right?
I have no idea.
Okay. Well, there
are big creatures.
They're big creatures that you need to take down, and there's no real story to it.
It was the first game where the dungeons were alive and living creatures.
Yeah, so it was the first. It was
Not this remastered, but
yeah.
the
It was
original.
originally for the PS2, and it was amazing. It was a massive hit.
Yeah,
It was a cult hit.
yeah.
Actually, I don't think it was really appreciated at first.
Well, it wasn't an immediate hit, but it grew in popularity.
Yeah, the reviews were amazing for it, but then it grew in popularity and became a
massive.
Yeah.
Game.
a cult, a very cult hit. And yeah,
Gameplay aspects.
I have a few really good Colossi that I love, and I'm getting a T-shirt for it that I still haven't done. Got it for my birthday, and I still haven't ordered it, which I probably should. But yeah, it's a very good game. So that's all for our first one timer.
Which
and
is favorite video games, if you have not noticed.
so and our second one timer for today is gonna be bad movies.
Yes, we are.
So-
Since we took a while on favorite video games, we're just gonna do one bad movie each.
And sort of analyze them more than just. Sorry about that. The microphone cut out. We plugged it in. So what were we talking about?
Bad movies.
Okay, yeah, bad movies. One timers. It's our second one timer of the day, and it's bad movies. So, I could go first. Actually, no, you can go first because I'm still thinking of a bad movie.
Okay, I've got one that comes readily to mind when I think of bad movies. There's a couple, actually. I'm just gonna say one. It's called Camp Cool Kids.
From the depths of Netflix.
Yeah. It is a religious, like, Christianity-based, like, it has a Christianity sub-theme, movie that's supposed to have a moral, but, and, supposed to be about, like, love and caring, and be nice to everyone, and everyone will be nice to you, but they don't portray that very well.
So what is it about?
So, there's these people, the dad dies, the dad was a firefighter,
Yeah.
and he had died.
So, sorry.
Oh, wait.
Sorry, excuse me.
Wait, that's like at the start of the movie.
Sorry. No,
Crap,
that's
oops.
good. That's okay. I
I-
don't think anyone cares about spoiling Camp Cool Kids.
I guess, yeah. So, spoilers, I guess?
It's a very cliche movie.
Yeah. Like everything.
There's nothing original about it.
No. So, the dad dies and they move to this enormous house, which I don't know how they can afford, because the dad isn't there.
Yeah.
So the mom is living with her father, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And she has two children, Zach and Spencer.
I didn't even remember their names. How many times have you seen that movie?
3 times.
Oh my god.
It's like
Why?
an hour and a half movie of crapness.
Why?
Once my sister thought it was going to be a good movie and so brought it for the car trip. We had to watch it like 5 times or so. Well, no, we had to watch it like 2 times because it was like a 4-hour car trip, and that was the only movie we downloaded.
Uh-huh.
So yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, Jam has seen it, so
Yeah, I
he
saw
can
it.
understand.
So yeah.
So
So continue with the story.
So, it starts out with a scene of the mom crying, or at least supposed to be crying. It looks kind of like she's like trying to cover a smile, grimace. It's weird. It's not a smile, but it's more of a grimace. Then like there's Zach, and he's like the older of the two, Zach and Spencer, and he's like the cool kid. He wears like tank top hoodies
And rides a skateboard.
and rides a skateboard, and was like listening to his headphones, like his like Apple earphones, and yeah, and he's just like, and he's like, and it's just so cliche how like everyone is everything about this movie, like, you know how like tech person, and he's always listening to beats, and you can never like get them out of it.
Yeah.
He's kind of like that, but like he's super athletic and he's handsome and he's blah 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 blah. So he was listening to his sick beats, sick beatsies. And his mom walks up to him, is like, Zach, and then starts like saying that she sold him to a circus.
Oh God.
And then she takes his earphones out and he goes like what? He goes like this, and he doesn't move his lips. He goes what? Like his lips don't really move, and it goes like what?
Talk about the plot, like.
Okay, I won't go scene by scene.
Don't go scene by scene.
So
Just.
these two people, one of them is really cautious, and
He's like us.
they moved to a new house
Kid.
with their mother and their grandfather.
I already know that.
Yeah, but the mother's like, Zach, bring Spencer, your like 8-year-old brother, your 10-year-old brother, with you around the city, and because if you're going out, he's going out with you.
Yeah, and so Big Brother Zach hates that.
Yeah, he's like, bleh. And so he's like skateboarding around, and he stops at this ice cream place or something.
Yeah, no,
like
and he gets an ice cream, and then
so his brother's like super cautious, and his motto is Grandpa's safety never takes a vacation, which is really dumb.
Okay, you need to talk about the religious aspects of this
yes,
movie. Okay,
so it's
there
like,
tiny little religious kind of like
gems, I guess you could call them. So like
you need to talk about the boat scene.
So wait, that's after the part that. So they go, and then Spence pisses off the bully, and then he's like, "I'm gonna get you back, kid."
And then he raises a finger and
points at him.
Yeah.
He's like, "I'm gonna get you back. Just you wait." It's really cringy.
So then the rest of the movie is they go to a camp.
Wait, I need to explain the boat scene. This is the last scene that I'm
Okay.
going to explain, and then the rest will just be plot.
Sure.
So they're in this boat, and Spence and his grandfather are in a boat, and it's not their boat; it's someone else's boat. So they
the
stole someone's
grandma
boat.
just stole someone's boat.
Yeah, and so Spence is scared of the Loch Ness monster because he thinks it's in their lake. Yep, that's a thing. So the grandpa tells him a story, and it kind of goes something like this. So there's these sailors, in a boat, in like a little boat, and there's this guy sleeping, and from out of nowhere a big storm came and smacked the boat around, and like waves big as houses, and everyone was getting really scared, and then Spencer goes, "Oh wait, I remember this one. Isn't the guy in the boat Jesus?" And I'm like,
and then
just everyone's just like cringing, like full body cringe, just like curling up, trying to suffocate themselves in the couch.
Because then the grandpa
goes, "Yes, exactly."
Yes, and starts like monologuing about how good Christianity is and how Jesus is our savior.
Okay, and then
Okay.
he's like, "Yeah, okay." And then Spencer goes, "Why were they scared?" And then Grandpa goes, "Exactly." And then that's the end of the scene, and then this old woman comes up and is like, "You're stealing my boat."
That's supposed to be comedy, peak comedy.
Yeah, peak comedy.
Really?
And then he's like, "Bye," and then he goes away with the boat. And then that's the end of the scene.
So the
plot is that they go to a camp,
and
then the bullies bully them. There's
But
like
then
he's got a ragtag team of bullied kids and nerds and bullied kids. They each have a special feature.
Yeah, and he just finds his way in. It's boring, and then this like
and the counselor gives him
14-year-old girl starts hitting on the main character, who's like this 8-year-old kid.
Yeah, Spencer. Like,
and it's really weird.
Yeah, and then her friend starts hitting on his brother, or like and it's
like
weird.
3 years older than her.
Yeah,
it's just weird as
AF.
Yeah.
As.
Yeah.
It's weird AF.
So, yeah.
And so, they get a ragtag team of, like, bullied kids.
And they fight off the bullies.
It kind of sounds like, what was happening in It, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess the group of losers.
Yeah.
and then they get bullied a lot, and then near the end of the movie, they fight off the bullies, and then they don't feel good about it, so they say sorry, and then Zach gets bullied by the bully, and so he joins them, and then they win.
This, like, championship thing.
Yeah.
So all in all, a terrible movie.
Really crap. Big plot holes, like major plot holes.
It's on Netflix. It's free. Go
Yeah,
check
go
it
watch
out.
it.
Check it out on Netflix.
Oh, and there's this one part, and then there's this character,
Kids.
and it's this hippie character, and he's like a surfer hippie dude with long like dyed
cliche.
bleached with long bleached hair, and he's like got a like a little beard, and he's like always wearing a tie-dye shirt with a headband, and he's taking them a walk into nature, and he's like, everybody stop and close your eyes and take a deep breath in, and thank our Lord and Savior for all that He's given us. And it's just so bad.
There's so many
Little tidbits,
little religious tidbits.
Yeah, so he's like, so this person who's like supposed to be like the leader of the misfit kids is showing Spencer around, and he's like, do you know what the most important hall is? The most important building is? And Spencer's like, the chapel. Yeah, this might annoy some of you who are super. We're not doing this to be mean. We're just making fun of the movie.
The movie, because it's just.
It's
weird.
really badly portrayed.
Yeah, it's badly portrayed.
We're not like a dig on Christianity or anything.
No, we have nothing against religion. Don't worry. I am Christian, so.
I'm
Jewish.
half Christian.
You're Jewish, right?
Yeah, and half Jewish.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So whatever.
Okay, so can I talk about my bad movie?
Okay, yes.
And we're probably not going to talk about it as much as we talked about that
sorry.
one.
I'm giving you ample time to think, though.
Yeah, and it's the worst movie that I ever have seen in a movie theater.
Oh, no.
And it's by Illumination Studios. And it's Sing.
I didn't find that movie quite so bad.
I disliked it. I thought it was boring. It was the first movie.
Definitely boring.
It was the first movie that I regretted getting a ticket to.
Oh.
Or just buying the price of a ticket to go see that movie.
Because it's on Netflix now.
It is?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, but the plot is about this koala guy who owns a theater, and then he goes bankrupt, has a singing contest, and accidentally types it's $100 million prize or something. So everybody shows up, and it's a big deal, and he doesn't have the money. Then it's just
then
a bunch
something breaks. They all band together and unite to rebuild it, and then they get arrested near the end of the movie.
And then there's a singing contest, and then it's just the actors singing
with
super
hip for the time
whatever
songs.
it's called.
Modern.
When you make your voice sound perfect.
Auto-tune?
Yeah, it's super auto-tuned at the end. It's super auto-tuned. There's no there's no you can't really hear the actual voice actors really singing them, because they're just sang them sort of mediocrely, and then the studio just put it into the machine and made it perfect. It was just boring. I don't even remember the plot at all, except for that. I don't remember any of the...
Oh, I know. So, the main plot point is that, so, while typing out, the flyers for, $100 prize...
Yeah, it puts down 100 right?
The lady who's typing it is a really old chameleon, and her glass eye falls out and lands on the 0 5 times.
Yeah, so...
And then bounces away, and then it prints out, and then the fan blows them all out into the city.
Yeah, well... Yeah, it's bad.
It's bad. I thought it wasn't the worst. I'd rather it be a bad movie than a boring movie, even though, because it was a boring movie. I don't like boring movies.
I hated it. There's no,
I got into, one of the songs. I was just like, yeah, it's a song.
Yeah, it's a
Something
song that's
different.
sort of
that
was
right
a
now.
hit back in 2010. Oh, and they're singing Shake It Off. I know that song.
Yeah.
I can relate to these animals.
Yeah.
No, it's
Oh,
just
and
a
there's this,
copy of
there's,
Zootopia.
This Rush, is he, what, like, this is Fat Pig, who's like,
Who sings Shake It Off, right?
no, like the male,
Yeah.
who's like, rah, rah.
Oh
Who
yeah.
does that song? I don't even know what it's called.
Yeah.
Like, rah, rah, rah.
Yeah, it's just bad.
And-
Bad movie.
Yeah,
I think we should move on.
okay. I don't know if we should, do you want to?
Okay, so after thought, we're not gonna have debates in
No, we also
these
didn't have
episodes.
enough points for a good debate.
Yeah, so I don't think we're ever gonna
I don't think we're gonna.
not gonna have debates in episodes. We might add a third one-timer sometimes if we want to, but just don't expect debates to be in the episodes. So
Yep.
it's basically the end of the podcast. I hope you like this
First episode.
hour-and-a-half long
Episode
Episode
of what we
of
like and what we dislike in
us
movies
talking
and
about
games.
stuff. Yeah, and
Yeah,
I hope you enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun to make.
I hope it's fun to listen to.
Yeah, I hope it's fun to listen to. I hope it's fun to listen, make new ones.
Yeah,
I
hope we do make new ones.
hope we do make new ones because it's very fun to make, very
So-
different.
See ya.
So-
in the next one.
See ya, guys. Hope you have a great, fun life. Bye.